Bom dia! I am Alan, and I'm here with my wife Leslie, our son Wolf, and our dog Greer. We are from the United States and now live in Portugal on the beautiful island of Madeira. We would like to thank all of our subscribers for being here. And for anyone new, we hope to earn your subscription today. In today's video, we spend the day in the magic tea house garden. We have been here before. It is the perfect place for a quiet walk and to sit down to meet new friends. The Magic Tea House is located between the Pestana Grand Hotel and the Madeira Magic Health Club on the Lido Promenade. Overlooking the Atlantic Ocean, it's a great place to stop for a coffee. And while you are there, don't forget to check out the lovely garden. You walk inside the tea house, and the entrance door to the garden is to your right. It's a private space, lined with stone walkways, overlooks, and plant material from around the world. It's a nice place to come and enjoy with friends. Over the last couple months, we have been sharing the journey we started years ago from our couch in the USA. Our new journey of living and retiring abroad has been and continues to be our greatest adventure. We have worked with many people throughout our journey in order to take the correct steps to get through all of the processes. We have, of course, stumbled a few times and will continue to do so. Our purpose with the Itsll Be Fun channel is to share all of our experiences while building a community to help others along the way. We have created multiple video series to discuss our why for moving abroad, finances, created how-to videos based upon our learnings, moving to Portugal series, living abroad, and building a new friends base in a foreign country. Today, we continue our series with our new friends about their experiences. We also want to invite you to support us by joining our new Patreon community. You will find the link in the description of our video. Let's talk about it. We hope you will find our journey helpful as you work to navigate your own. It'll be fun. Vai ser divertido. We feel it is important to introduce you to our new friends, foreign family, and even some of the vendors we have worked with along the journey. Maybe one of them should be you. If so, let us know. Back to our regular scheduled program. We hope you will meet someone along the way that reminds you of you and your situation. Someone who helps you realize that you can create your dream. It's not just for other people. Today, we are talking with Sally and Lora. They are here on their scouting trip. Their trip has taken them to mainland Portugal, as well to, you guessed it, the beautiful island of Madeira. Let's get started. Just in case you haven't heard our why over and over, our why was to figure out how to afford to retire now, while I was still young enough to enjoy it. Our goal was to find a place in the world for our adventure that we could afford and would be all the things that we dreamed of. In each interview, this is the question that we will start with. So, Sally and Lora, would you tell everybody a little bit about yourselves and your why for looking forward to moving abroad?
Well, we've been retired a while already, so it's not, the question about retiring isn't in the works, but the question about the next phase of retirement is the big thing now. So we were looking for a place where we could have a better quality of life. The cost of living was very attractive, the year-round climate, the peacefulness of a different place that we think Madeira is getting for us, and I think too, just the new adventure aspect of it is a big part of it. Finding the next page.
Yeah, definitely affordable health care, quality of food, being a kind of a market economy where you can get your local, local fruits and vegetables, and they taste like they should.
Yeah, and I lived in Europe for a number of years before, and I kind of missed the lifestyle too, so it was very attractive for me to think about coming back.
Okay, Sally and Lora, you're on your scouting trip,
Yeah.
and we would all love to hear how it is going. Would you mind speaking about the areas that you have visited and provide your first impressions? How are you feeling today? And are you nearing the end of your trip, or do you have some time left on the island?
We're about halfway through.
Halfway through today.
Yep,
Yeah.
today's the halfway mark, and so far we have spent a lot of time around Funchal, and we did take Hit the Road Madeira West tour, which you guys recommended. We thought that was really great. We had a good time. We had a good group, and we went. One of our big things we wanted to do was to go up into the Funal, and see the old trees and feel the cool air, and that was every bit as much as what we thought it would be and more. And I would say one of the first things that happened to us was, after all the videos of yours that we've seen and some of the other YouTube channels that we've been consuming voraciously for the last couple of months,
Right.
and then we got off the plane and we're heading up out of the airport, and just boom, when those mountains and just juxtaposed with the sea hits you, the videos can't do it justice.
They don't do
no
it justice.
matter how good it is.
Yep.
It just is a big wow.
Yeah.
And then seeing how friendly the people were, seeing how relaxed the lifestyle is here, and from similar sized cities that I've been in around the US and in Europe, it's just calmer. It's just, people don't seem to be as wound up. There's not a lot of horn blowing and, trying to run over pedestrians.
You can cross the street and not get run over here.
Yeah, that's just really awesome.
Yeah.
And so the other thing we've done is we've spent a little time with a real estate agent looking at properties and getting an idea, will we fit? Will we like living in a place like this?
That's a big difference, a big change, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of similarities in some ways to the real estate, but there's a lot of differences too, so we're trying to understand.
Yeah, it's a learning process, and I think one of the other things, of course, that has definitely appealed to us is the ability to be outdoors all year round and be comfortable.
Yeah.
That's just a concept we never had in the Rocky Mountains or the north of the U.S.
And just the fact that at least this time of year, and I think it's true probably for much of the year, is just the comfort level between indoors and outdoors isn't very much.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of bugs and not a lot of things to bother, and we just walk outside. It's like the outdoor is air conditioned by the Atlantic Ocean.
Well, then you bring up the subject of energy cost.
Yeah.
Almost nil.
Yep.
Compared to the U.S.
Yeah.
Where we are.
We pay hundreds of dollars a month to heat and cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't even have a thermostat.
Yeah, and your internet puts ours to shame.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so we haven't really found any downsides in that regard.
No.
When planning our scouting trip, we spent many hours on the couch watching YouTube channels, talking with people like Jeff from Hit the Road Madeira, reading International Living magazine, and exploring information available on the internet. We also did some serious research on understanding our Social Security benefits and how Medicare would be affected. We know your process has been detailed as well. Would you mind sharing some tips for others to start their review?
The healthcare thing is huge, and I think if you're on Medicare and you have a Medigap or some kind of Advantage program, you have to look at what other kinds of supplementary insurance that you might need. We would be inclined to go with a private insurer here in Portugal, I think. I think one of the scary things would be how much exactly would that cost at our age.
Yeah.
We're not coming into this young, so there might be a pretty hefty premium, and we'll just have to see how that works with all the other numbers. But one of the criteria, well, one of the reasons that we find this country, Portugal, so attractive is their quality of health care and their accessibility of health care, especially if you have a private insurance policy. In fact, we feel more confident that it would serve our needs than we even back home.
We do,
I think. Back home, we've got a corporation who's come in and taken over the local hospital, and everybody's up in arms over how off the rails a lot of things have gotten.
Yeah. It used to be a trusted facility, and now everybody's questioning it.
Yeah. So I actually think this may be a big plus here, as long as we can work out affordable coverage. And we're also interested, and this is something we haven't really looked into in great detail yet, but we're interested in learning more about elder care, assisted living, and some of these types of services in Portugal, and how they compare to the U.S. And I think it's going to be more affordable in Portugal because the costs there have just gone skyrocketing.
Out of sight.
We don't have long-term care insurance either.
No.
I had that with my mother, and they had so many stipulations on letting that kick in. She paid for decades on it, and it only kicked in like in the last 3 months of her life.
It's ridiculous.
So,
That's just,
It's just it's all about profit and not about people.
Tell us about the fun parts of planning your trip. What did you schedule or plan in advance that made a big difference? What would you advise others to do?
one of the best things was that you invited us, you advised us to do was this taking tours around the island. That's just fantastic.
Yeah, it takes all the pressure off. You get to see things without the having the hands stuck on the steering wheel of a strange island, and
the narrow roads.
You just get to enjoy everything.
Yeah. So we booked a west tour. We did that. We're going to take an east tour. We probably could book some more and enjoy them. And we're also looking, but we are going to rent a car and take some hikes.
Good. You should.
Yeah.
Things are changing in regarding getting a bank account set up. We know that you've had a wonderful banking experience to share with us. Would you mind telling everybody your original plans and how they turned out?
Well, our original plan was we used Border to get our NIF, so we came prepared with that, and we came armed with our tax returns and passports and some other documentation that we presented, that we were ready to present to the bank. And one bank just said they're not doing non-EU accounts anymore.
Yeah, as of June.
So we had to go to another bank.
Yeah.
And that seems to be going okay. They threw us a little bit of a surprise. They wanted our Social Security cards, which we didn't have. So we had to get pictures of those sent forward. So we're optimistic that on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, that we'll finally get that bank account. Otherwise, I guess we'll be hiring a service to finish that.
Yeah.
But I think we'll get it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Good. What are the top 3 experiences you've had while you're on your trip? Can you name it 3?
Top 3?
Top
You
1,
do
top
3 and
2?
I'll do 3.
Well, first impression of Funchal and the mountain. That was we keep saying, how many times can you say wow?
Yeah.
For the beauty of it.
Yeah.
The friendliness of the people, certainly.
Yeah.
It's just, and helpful. Even when you don't ask, they seem to be able to tell if you need help, and they offer it freely.
Yeah, and the wow of the weather.
Just the wow of the weather, absolutely.
Yeah. You know, walking out late at night, even when it's still comfortable, or early in the morning, it's not chilly or hot or muggy or anything. It's just like, I'm in an air-conditioned room, and the air conditioner is the Atlantic Ocean.
Atlantic Ocean.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 And I want to share an experience that we had that I thought
Sure.
was really cute. We wanted to do not any complicated cooking, but we have a little kitchenette in our apartment.
Yeah.
And we wanted to buy a little pan for cooking breakfast. So we went down to the Levy shopping mall, and they had this kiosk in the middle of the mall where they were selling some pans, and they were pricier. They were
pricey.
nice quality, and it's not what we would want just to use for a week or so.
Yeah.
And we were looking around at these things and going, I don't want to
No,
spend
no.
that. And this woman walked up to us and she said, in perfect English, she said, I think you're just looking for something cheaper than you'll find here just for while you're on vacation here. And we went, why, yes, that's
Why,
exactly right.
That's right.
And
We
she
did.
said, you won't find it in this mall. She said, go down to the Continente.
Continente.
And they have some cheap ones down there. And I was just amazed that she was so perceptive and wanted to and felt comfortable coming up to us to
It was
be
crazy.
helpful in that
Yeah.
way, because it was exactly what, I mean, it wasn't like an obvious situation,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
We were standing there, we're touching it, we're not saying much of anything, and then we're looking at the prices, and she just intervened.
So we walked down to Continente, and there it
There
was
it
for
was.
€8, 2 pans for €8.
2 pans for
That's a
€8.
deal. That's-
We'll leave it at the apartment. You know,
That's absolutely.
or unless you want it, but it's crap, so you don't want it. You don't want it.
Well, Sally and Laura, we want to thank you for your time today and for your friendship. We're so glad that we met you on our journey.
We are too.
We are too.
And we
Very
thank
glad.
you for your hospitality and for helping teach us how to get started.
Yes.
Very
Thank you.
good. Thank you. Please give us your thoughts in the comments below. We have made the process of connecting with us for a one-on-one meeting or to receive access to our trusted vendor listing simpler. Everything is now available in our Patreon. Our Patreon link and many of the websites or contacts we talk about can be found in the description of our videos. We hope you will continue to come along with us on our new adventure. We are grateful for the opportunity that we've been given. Life is short. We should have done this sooner. Please subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to help us grow. The next stage in your life is a journey. Enjoy it.